America, I ask you to call a friend and tell them to watch the show this week. I ask you to watch this show with a pad and paper. I'm going to ask uncomfortable questions. You need to follow up on them. You need to ask those uncomfortable questions.
It was one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life to receive health care in the United States today in not one of our more glorious medical institutions, even though I live in a very nice area. This hospital, which I haven't decided if I'm going to name names on Monday, I think I'm going to, was phenomenal, phenomenally bad. The doctors that treated me, who were not connected with the hospital other than, they have privileges there, were incredible. Many of the nurses were incredible. But I have some stories that will melt your brain, and hopefully will melt the brain of the CEO of this hospital, to wake him up, to find out what's going on. And it should be a wake-up call to all of us, because this is one of the hospitals where the president of GE is going. If they don't care about the president of GE, you really think they care about, schlubs that are just average working stiffs? It is the same that could be said for the soldiers in Walter Reed. These are our heroes. Our government treats our heroes this way. How are they going to treat us when we get health care? Well, I saw a piece of it over the weekend. I'll get into that. Also, a couple of other experiences. I'm writing something now on the real meaning of compassion, because I know what it means. I think I can define it now.
Today is day number 1 of a special series that we're calling New Republic. And, this is not a happy new republic. America is rapidly being transformed. And if you're like me, hello, my name is Glenn, and I was kind of addicted to the old republic.
And it's where all of us get screwed up as we're getting ready to vote. We all, we care. We want to care. We want to help other people. We want to make sure we're there. But we don't even understand compassion anymore.
Before we're turned into France West at best, I'm asking reasonable questions, although people will say that they're hateful questions. I'm going to ask them, and ask as many as possible, because nothing seems to make sense.
And I have some real examples of compassion and what it means, and how best to apply compassion. And I'll share that on Monday as well. So those two things kind of tie into, gee, what are we voting for now? What are we doing? Where are we going as a country?
Quite frankly, we may end up with more questions than answers this week, but until we have clear answers on why massive bills are being shoved down the throats of American people without even being read, America, do not allow these people to move any piece of legislation.
Also, I had probably one of the darker experiences of my life. May not have been as dark as what will happen to me in the future when I see this tape on YouTube, and I realize, you could have shaved. But had one of the darker moments of my life. And I've had pretty dark times, and it's the only time in my life that I have had moments of that could have come out of the movie Saw. The things that were going on in my head, and much of them drug-induced with the medication that they had me on in the hospital, which was, I just got off the phone with my doctor, and he said, are you still on X, Y, and Z? And I said, no, that stuff spooked me too much. And he said, well, you're on a combination of just about everything. He said, you got just about everything that we have for pain. And I said, yeah, I know, I'm trying to live without it right now.
I don't believe in coincidence. When I see a huge bill after huge bill after huge bill, all hurried and given the same emergency, must pass now label, my reaction is, whoa, 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 slow down. Why the rush?
And then something happened that turned me in a miraculous fashion that I am once again in awe of my wife and how she has, I believe she has saved my soul twice. By Saturday night, if they would have come into the room with a handgun and said, okay, we can, give you some more medication, or we can just give you this handgun and you can go ahead and just blow your brains out, I would have honestly taken the handgun at that point.
Clearly, this is a strategy, and it is working. It is overwhelming the system. It is overwhelming Washington. It is overwhelming the media, and it is overwhelming you.
And ended it, and it was jarring to me to be a successful guy, to just come off this tour where I met so many wonderful people. I mean, I'm sitting here with a quilt made by Project Linus that was given to me while I was on tour recently by a group of women who said, we're worried about you and we want you to stay warm on the plane and everything else, and so they made this quilt for me. And so I'm thinking about them, and it was so weird to go from so much success, so much going on in your life, to in 3 days being convinced that there was absolutely no reason to live. That'll either screw you up or it will open your eyes. And I think it really opened my eyes.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's what's happening. Clearly, this is a strategy, and it is working. It is overwhelming the system. It is overwhelming Washington. It is overwhelming the media, and it is overwhelming you. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's what's happening.
As well. So that and, the coming economic apocalypse and, stuff like that. On Monday's show, I just got off the phone with the doctor, and he said, I don't know how long you're going to last on Monday, he said, but I think you'll be able to do some show stuff on Monday. So Monday it is. We'll see you on radio and television.
But it makes more sense than, oh yeah, we can just keep spending more money and not reading the bills. If you think all of these unread 1,000-page bills are just part of an out-of-control runaway government, I don't think it is. It's meant to overwhelm the system. I mean, how can you fight a stimulus package when there's a giant health care bill alongside cap and trade all going full throttle at you at the same time? What happens with one or all of these massive bills pass? I showed you the debt clock a minute ago. We can't spend anymore. Even Barack Obama admitted that much, yet here we are with trillion-plus health care bills and more on the table. Why? Why, given the risk, do you keep pushing?
It was one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life.
I don't know, but what a better time. Is there a better time to implement the 1960s radical ideology from scratch than when a president, who has clearly said over and over again he's not a Marxist, couples himself with far left-leaning Congress and advisors who are self-proclaimed Marxists, socialists, and communists?